Ever felt that gut-punch dread when a nosy HOA busybody zeroes in on you? Multiply that by 1,000, and you're close to the roller coaster I rode. It kicked off with a nitpicky gripe about my riverside cabin and spiraled into flashing sirens, a 911 call, and a bombshell that left the HOA queen reeling. She was about to learn her pristine Riverbend estate was built on sands and that, in a way, answered to me. So, grab a seat, because this tale's a wild one. My family's held land in Willow County since the 1800s. Not in a flashy, check out my mansion way, but a quiet, we've been here before the town had a name vibe. My great-grandfather, a surveyor with a poet's heart, saw land as something to cherish, not plunder. He snapped up forests, wetlands, and plots others scoffed at. Over time, some were sold, some gifted for parks, but a hefty chunk stayed with our family trust, which I now mostly run. My cabin, a weathered but solid log retreat on the banks of Crystal River, was my haven. Built by my grandfather in 1948, it stood long before Riverbend Estate sprouted up. It was grandfathered in, free from their rules, a fact that grated on their HOA president, Beatrice Langley. Beatrice was a force. She rode up in a glossy black SUV that screamed, "I'm in charge." Her outfit's pricey yoga gear that never saw a gym dripped with gold chains. Her platinum hair was a fortress, a tornado wouldn't budge it. To the cowed residents of Riverbend, her word was law. She wielded the HOA handbook like a sacred text, her decrees absolute. My first run-in with her came on a chilly fall day in 2024. I was fixing a creaky step on my cabin's porch, the river's mama in the air. Her SUV screeched to a stop on the dirt button easement through our land that let Riverbend folks reach a back road. "Excuse me." Her voice sliced through the calm. I looked up, hammer in hand. "All exterior changes need architectural committee approval," she said, clutching a clipboard like a shield. I blinked. "Beatrice, I'm swapping out a rotted step. Same wood, same style. It's upkeep." She eyed the fresh cedar. "The color doesn't match the aged aesthetic. It's disruptive." I swear I heard my grandfather's ghost chuckling. "It's wood, Beatrice. It's all weather." Her lips thinned. "And the noise. Construction's restricted to weekdays, 9 to 5. It was Sunday, maybe 3 p.m. This isn't construction. It's a guy, a hammer, and a nail. My cabin's not under your rules." Her eyes flashed. "Properties using our riverbank must uphold standards. We can't let value slide." It wasn't about a step. It was about her need to control, and my slice of freedom was a thorn in her side. I smiled. "This cabin's been here since 48. It'll outlast us both." I drove the nail in, and she stomped off, tires spitting gravel. That was just the opening shot in her petty war. The next month was a masterclass in HOA harassment. Notes appeared tucked in my door, stuck on my beat-up truck, always on fancy Riverbend letterhead with a smug oak leaf logo. One fussed about unauthorized weeds I'd pulled from my riverbank. Another griped my trash can wasn't the approved top. I collected them, half amused. They were so baseless, so unenforceable, they were almost art. I pictured Beatrice hunched over her rulebook at midnight, plotting new ways to nag. But the humor faded when certified letters hit my main house, an hour away. These weren't just petty, they threatened fines for rules that didn't apply. One claimed my old rowboat, tapped on my shore, was an abandoned vessel ruining riverfront harmony. Riverfront harmony. She was making it up. Other residents, I learned at the local market, lived in fear of her whims, mandated mailbox fonts, approved read sizes, banned garden gnomes. My cabin was her battleground, and I was done laughing. Beatrice didn't stop at paper threats. She tried to claim the river itself. My cabin had 150 feet of river frontage. Riverbend's manicured beach and fancy dock sat a quarter-mile downstream. One morning, I found neon yellow buoys strung across my waterline, a sign reading, "Riverbend residents only." I laughed. The Crystal River was state-regulated, not her personal moat. This pushed me to dig deeper. Our family's records, stored in a musty office my cousins avoided, were a goldmine: deeds, maps from the 1870s, letters with county bigwigs. I found the 1969 sale that carved out Riverbend from our land. It came with strict environmental covenant, septic rules, tree protections and easements ensuring our access to the river and roads. The HOA's bylaws, formed later, couldn't override this. Beatrice was breaking legal agreements. I called in Emma Carter, a sharp lawyer from the county seat. She pored over the documents, eyes gleaming. Your grandfather was a genius. These covenants are bulletproof. She can't touch your rights, and those buoys. Illegal. We sent a cease and desist to the HOA board, demanding the buoys' removal and an end to the harassment. Emma warned, Beatrice won't back down easily. She'll see this as war. I grinned. She started it with that step nonsense. Beatrice didn't fold, she doubled down. A week later, I found a cheap metal gate blocking the easement path, locked with a padlock and a Riverbend property sign. She tried to cut me off from my own cabin. I had another route, a bumpy trail, but this was brazen. I snapped photos, narrated videos, and sent them to Emma. The HOA's response to our letter was a jokesome hack lawyer claiming my cabin was a nuisance and the old covenants were outdated. They even accused me of commercial activity because I wrote books, twisting my quiet porch writing into a zoning violation. It was unhinged. Then came the petty attacks: me cabin sign defaced, my firewood soaked by misdirected sprinklers. She wanted me gone, but she didn't know me. My family held this land through wars and crashes by being patient and stubborn. The showdown came on a crisp September Saturday in 2024. I was on a wooded bluff we owned, overlooking Riverbend and Beatrice's pristine estate. I was checking old oaks for storm damage, but I knew my presence might light her fuse. Sure enough, her SUV prowled below. She stepped out, binoculars trained on me. I waved. That did it. Within minutes, an ATV roared up the trail. Beatrice, hair askew, face livid, screeched, "What are you doing? This is our land." I stayed cool. It's mine, Beatrice. Family trust. Great view, huh? She shook with rage. Your spine. Planning to ruin our values. She jabbed at my notebook. Then she pulled her phone. Sheriff. I'm reporting a trespasser. I sighed. Bad move, Beatrice. She ignored me, voice shrill. Hostile individual on our property. Hurry. Sirens wailed. 2 deputies, Officer Hayes, calm and grizzled, and a younger partner rolled up. Beatrice pointed. Arrest him. He's trespassing. Hayes approached. Sir, what's going on? I nodded. Checking my trees. This is my land. Beatrice shrieked, it's HOA property. I handed Hayes a laminated plat map. This bluff, Lot 12, is ours since 1910. Riverbend ends a mile south. Beatrice sputtered. That's old. Our bylaws rule. Hayes, unimpressed, studied the map. I called Emma. She's here with the county surveyor, Tom Bradley, in 15 minutes. Beatrice's smugness wavered. Emma and Tom arrived, Tom unrolling a detailed map. This bluff's always been trust land. Riverbend's road, beach, even part of your club houses it on their easements. Emma piled on, showing 1969 deeds proving our rights. Beatrice paled. Hayes turned to her. Ma'am, you've overstepped. The younger deputy muttered, this guy owns half the county. It wasn't true, but to Beatrice, it was a death blow. Her empire of rules collapsed. The fallout was sweet. Word spread, and Riverbend residents revolted. At an emergency meeting, Beatrice was ousted. She sold her house and vanished. The new board apologized, tore down the gate, and ditched the buoys. They walked with me on fire trails and a kids' park, open to all. The river's peace returned, just as my grandfather wanted. So, what's your take? Was Beatrice a tyrant who got what she deserved, or just a control freak in over her head? Should HOAs have any power over private land, or are they a scam? Drop your wildest HOA stories below, hit like if you cheered her downfall, and subscribe for more real-life dramas. Let's stir up some noise. Comment now.